Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Eat, Smoke, Drink. And today we are reviewing the Glenmorangie Allta. It is a 51.2% 2019 release. A little background on Glenmorangie: it's a Highland malt. It's a Highland distillery, shall I say. And Glenmorangie Allta translates to wild. Allta, what they did was they discovered a wild yeast in the grain that they used, or the barley that they used, and they decided to use that to ferment. So apparently it's got a very different character to your normal single malts because of that wild yeast. You know, so a lot of fermentation happens with their own yeast that they've been using for years and years, but this one they discovered newly. It's a wild yeast, so they decided to propagate that yeast and keep using that to ferment this particular run. So yeah, I'm just trialing it to see what it's like, and I want to thank Sunny from Hillcrest Bottle-O for sponsoring this video today. So as usual, I have a sample here with a little bit of water and a sample without. Let's get nosing. So 51.2% is very unusual for distillery bottling, especially Glenmorangie's. It's actually very, very unusual. Usually it's 46, 48, 43. 51.2% is up there. So I'm hoping for a bit of character and a bit of oomph into this particular whiskey. Now from the get-go, it's a very, very interesting nose. At first I was trying to figure out what it was, but now I know. There's a bit of agave tequila note to that. In fact, if someone wants to tell you, is that Scotch or tequila, you'd be a little bit confused. A little bit of fruitiness in there, citrus. I'd say lemon, like a lemon, like a lemon curd almost. Lemon peel, orange marmalade. I can smell vanilla, a bit of coconut. Now I don't have much info on this particular dram in terms of their website, but I am guessing it is a heavy bourbon influence. A little bit of ginger in the back end there. Let's try the other one. When you put a few drops of water, it changes. The tequila notes, the earthy notes, goes away. The tequila smokiness is what I was talking about before. Slight smokiness of that tequila agave note, but it goes away. Just give it a bit more time to evaporate. Look, you know what? There's not much of a difference in terms of fruitiness, strength, and intensity, except for that earthy tequila smell is no longer there with the nose. But it's still pretty similar. There's something about the nose of it. It's very clean, a little bit clinical, almost a little bit stainless steely, but I can't quite put my finger on it. It's not a bad thing or a good thing, it's just an observation. So the nose doesn't change a whole lot. So let's get tasting. For a 51.2, it is relatively soft, but it is quite hot. Now I don't know what age it is, but it is quite hot, and you're getting it starts off very, very mellow and soft. That's why I started that chain of thought, but actually it is quite a hot whiskey. I'm getting a bready note. I'm getting a syrupy sweetness. I'm getting a bit of ginger spice, vanilla, butterscotch, toffee. And I'm getting now I don't know if this is a trait of that wild yeast. There's no way for me knowing. I haven't had enough with wild yeast in it, but there is a very slight savory note. A very slight savory note somewhere in the middle. but generally speaking, it is condensed fruit flavors. So when I say condensed fruit, I'm talking jams, marmalades, baked fruit, a bit of baked cherry, and a slight grapefruit bitterness right in the finish there. The finish is not too intense. It's actually a very mellow to mild finish, but a good finish, not a bad finish. And then when you first put it in your mouth, it tastes a little bit of that agave notes that you're tasting, the earthiness. So I'm definitely getting some of that. Almost like a bran flake. I'm getting a bran flake earthiness with a little bit of agave tequila kind of note. So let's try the one with water. I must say with water it takes out that heat. So this has a little of that bitterness in the end. That bitterness could be associated with the age of the whiskey, the new make, unintegrated spirit and barrel flavor, barrel uptake. But this one here, the fruitiness comes out more, the sweetness comes out more, the concentrated marmalade, orange marmalade comes out more. I'm getting more syrupy, toffee, fudge flavor with the water. I will say now, a few drops of water with this one improves it, really opens it up. Otherwise the spirit just hides. The finish is very similar so far. The finish is very similar so far. I start to get a little bit kind of herbal right in the back end with the water. I'm getting a little bit of fresh cut grass. But overall, like a green leaf kind of smell, but overall, it is a fruity, sweet dram. And it is, with the water, it is quite, what's that word? I hate the word smooth, but it is quite smooth. There's not much rough, there's no roughs around the edges of it. It is quite a refined whiskey. When I say refined, I'm not saying that as a compliment or an insult. It is a description. So it's refined. There's not much character outside the spectrum of what they're wanting you to taste. So that's quite interesting. I mean, I get that a lot with distillery bottlings. They want you to taste a particular profile, and I'm definitely getting that. That intention is there. I'm getting a certain profile. The finish is quite a short to medium finish at best, and it's not oily, it's not waxy, a little bit, it's sweet but a little bit dry at the same time. It's quite a strange sensation. The agave note on the water sample has kind of subsided as well, so that seems to be on the non-watered down version. So all up, this particular bottle is about $100. So this is $100 for this bottle. That's $100 US from what I can see. Is it worth it? Look, I think it's a bit of a tricky one. By all means, it's not a bad whiskey. I quite like it. Would I buy it? I'm not sure if I would. It doesn't have enough character for me. Doesn't have enough complexity for me. To me, it's like a very quintessential Highland with a bit of a twist in the end. Not a bad thing, of course, but would I buy it? I'm not sure if I would for $100 US. I think for $100 US, you could do much better, a little bit better to much better. So yeah, that's my verdict on it. I think it's a little bit overpriced for what it is, but hey, look, when you're marketing it the way they're marketing it, that's what you get. You know, you have to pay that price, and that's what they charge. Cigar pairing wise, I would recommend a peppery cigar with this. Quite a peppery, strong cigar, a natural, not a Maduro. The flavor will just fit that. The sweetness of the whiskey will fit the peppery cigar. So something robust, like a Alec Bradley Prensado, or something quite peppery and robust would suit the cigar. Would suit this whiskey. So thank you very much for joining me today. And if you have any questions, if you've tried it, let me know. I believe there is a private box. They call the private box edition, which is apparently different and more premium. If you've tried that, let me know your thoughts. I'm keen to know your thoughts. But otherwise, see you again till next time, and don't forget to hit subscribe, and please hit the bell. Thank you.